The taxi stops in front of the old house. It looks different now. White ribbons hang from the porch. Roses spill across the fence like a magazine photo. I step out, suitcase in hand, heart tight. Mom opens the door before I can knock. Her hair is lighter, perfect, expensive. She smiles like she's posing for a picture. "You made it," she says, voice rehearsed. Her hug is quick, practiced, nothing real. Inside, everything smells of candles and paint. Every surface screams wedding. Dad appears with a clipboard in hand. He doesn't hug me. He doesn't even smile. "Good you're here," he says. "We need these programs folded before lunch." The tone is command, not welcome. I nod because it's easier. The house hums with stress and perfection. Chloe's voice echoes from upstairs. "No," I said, soft pink, not coral. She rushes down the stairs, phone still in hand. Her makeup is flawless, her energy chaotic. When she sees me, she pauses for half a breath. "Finally," she says, fake relief coating her tone. "Maybe you can help with the seating plan." She kisses the air beside my cheek. Not a touch, not a connection. Same as always. "Nice to see you too," I reply. Her eyes flick to my suitcase, to my shoes. She smirks like she's measuring success. Mom hovers nearby, proud of the show. "Chloe's fiancé will be here for dinner," she says. "Such a brilliant investor. You'll love him." I force a smile, already tired. The dining room table is covered in silk samples. Every color screams for attention. I slip into the kitchen for air. The fridge hums, the same old sound. It's the only thing that hasn't changed. Dad walks in behind me. "Try to be helpful, Maelin," he says flatly. "Your sister, under pressure." I want to laugh but don't. He still sees her as fragile, me as difficult. "Sure," I answer. He nods like that's enough. At dinner, the fiancé arrives exactly at 6:30. His name is Elliot. Tall, charming, too smooth. He brings wine and compliments. Chloe glows when he speaks. Mom watches him like a prize. Dad asks about business, eager. Elliot talks about crypto, returns, connections. The words sound empty to me. I ask one question about regulation. He blinks, then smiles too fast. "Private networks," he says. "Exclusive markets." Dad shoots me a look, stop. I lower my eyes and sip my water. The performance continues. Laughter, small talk, plans for the wedding. I feel like a ghost at my own family's table. Later, in my old room, the walls are bare. Half the shelves now hold Chloe's wedding boxes. I sit on the bed and exhale. Same house, same silence. Different me. I'm not the girl who left. But they still treat me like she never did. Morning light spills through the curtains. Voices echo downstairs, fast and sharp. Mom and Chloe argue about flowers again. I stay quiet, sipping coffee that tastes like dust. Dad's office door is half open. Papers cover the desk, neat but uneasy. I glance inside when no one's watching. There it is, a thick folder stamped and signed. A new mortgage. The house was almost paid off. Now it's buried again in debt. My chest tightens as I read the numbers. The lender's name is linked to Elliot's company. I close the file and back away. Something is wrong. At breakfast, I test the ground. "So Elliot's firm must be doing well," I say. Dad beams proud. "Brilliant young man, knows the future of finance." Chloe nods, dreamy. "He doubled his clients, money last quarter." I stir my coffee, watching the bubbles fade. No records, no proof, all talk. That night, I visit Aunt Helen across the street. Her garden still smells of jasmine and old secrets. She listens as I speak. Her eyes narrow when I say his name. "I've heard that one before," she whispers. "Or something close to it." She tells me about a man last year. Same promises, same charm, same ending. Gone with people's savings before the wedding. My skin chills. It's the same pattern. Later, I call an old teacher, Mr. Thomas. He remembers Elliot's face from a conference photo. Your instincts are right, he says quietly. Be careful. People don't like losing illusions. That night, I sit on my bed scrolling. Search results blur into lies. 3 different names. 3 different weddings. All missing money and broken hearts. Elliot Carter. Elliot Blake. Elliot James. Always the same man. Always the same smile. I print everything, page after page. Photos, bank links, reports half erased. My stomach knots, but I keep going. By midnight, the desk is covered in proof. Morning comes too fast. Mom knocks softly on my door. Chloe wants you to help with the rehearsal. I nod, hiding the papers under my laptop. Downstairs, Elliot is laughing with Dad. They look like partners already. I feel invisible again. At lunch, I mention the mortgage. Dad frowns. It's a smart investment. He's guiding us. Elliot smiles, polite and controlled. You worry too much, Maelin, he says. His tone is silk over steel. You should trust family. The word tastes bitter in my mouth. Chloe squeezes his arm, eyes glowing. He's the best thing that's ever happened to us. I look at them all and realize the truth. They don't want facts. They want comfort. They want their golden fantasy. I excuse myself and walk outside. Cold air fills my lungs, sharp and clean. For the first time in years, I know my purpose. If they won't see the truth, I'll make them. Evening settles heavy over the house. I spread the printed pages across the table. Photos, documents, reports, all the proof I found. My hands shake, but my voice stays calm. Elliot isn't who he says he is, I begin. Dad lowers his newspaper, annoyed already. Mom folds her arms, guarded. Chloe frowns, confused, defensive. I hand them the first photo. Same face, different name. The second, another wedding that never happened. Money gone. Promises gone. Fake, Dad says instantly. His voice cuts the air like glass. Anyone can make these things online. Elliot stands by the fireplace, perfectly composed. That's absurd, he says softly. I have nothing to hide. Chloe turns to him, desperate. Tell her it's not true. He squeezes her hand like a performance. Of course it's not true, love. My pulse races, but I stay still. There's more, I say. The mortgage, the transfers, the timing. Mom exhales, tired of me already. You've always tried to ruin her happiness. It's the same script, the same accusation. I laugh once without humor. This isn't jealousy, it's math. Dad's jaw tightens. You don't understand business. Chloe's eyes fill with tears. You hate that I found someone good. I push the final folder toward them. Police reports, signatures, witnesses. 3 other women, same man, same lies. Silence wraps the room. Elliot moves first, smooth as ever. This is clearly mistaken identity, he says. I can explain everything. I stare at him, unblinking. Then explain it to the police. Dad slams his palm on the table. That's enough, you're out of line. Out of line, I echo. I'm the only one seeing the line clearly. Chloe's voice cracks. Why can't you just be happy for me? Because you're about to lose everything. Tears stream down her face. You're jealous, admit it. The word hits hard. I've heard it my whole life. This time, it doesn't sting. No, I say quietly. I'm done wanting what you have. I look at Dad, then Mom. You spent years pretending I didn't exist. Mom flinches. Dad looks away. I left home to breathe, I continue. To become someone you'd never bother to see. I pull a card from my bag. A work ID, company logo shining under the light. I'm a data analyst at a global firm, 6 figures. The shock on their faces would have thrilled me once. Now it just feels sad. I didn't need your money, I say. I only wanted your respect. No one speaks. Elliot's mask slips for half a second. Cold eyes, calculating. Then it's gone. I gather my papers, my proof, my dignity. If he leaves with your money, I whisper. Remember who tried to warn you. I walk out before they can stop me. The door closes behind me like an ending. But this isn't over yet. The phone won't stop ringing. I stare at it until the sound becomes distant. 2 days have passed since I left the house. Outside, the city hums with ordinary life. Inside, everything feels too quiet. Finally, I pick up. Dad's voice cracks through the speaker. He's gone, Maelin. Elliot's gone. I close my eyes. The silence between his words says enough. All the accounts, he adds, empty, everything. Mom's voice follows, trembling. The police said it's a civil case. They can't help. The tears in her tone sound unfamiliar. Then Chloe's message arrives. You were right, please help us. I set the phone down, face up this time. The victory feels hollow. I wanted them to see me, not need me. I pour coffee and watch the steam fade. The city glows through my window, alive and far away. The family that ignored me now waits for rescue. Part of me wants to let them drown. Another part still aches to save them. Old habits die hard. I call Vivian my mentor, the one who saw my worth. She answers with calm warmth. You sound tired, she says. They called, I whisper. He took everything. I assume now they want you to fix it. Yes. What do you want? She asks softly. The question lingers in the air. I look at my reflection in the glass. I want peace, I say. Then help with boundaries, she replies. Not with guilt. We stay quiet for a moment. Her voice returns steady, wise. Boundaries aren't walls, Maelin. They're doors you control. I breathe slowly, the words sinking deep. After we hang up, I open my laptop. Flight schedules fill the screen again. Same destination. Different reason. This time, not to prove anything. Just to end it properly. I book a one-way ticket for the morning. My suitcase feels lighter than before. The diploma stays on the wall this time. When I land, the town looks smaller. The sky is gray, the air heavy. The wedding decorations still hang half-torn. I walk up the old driveway, suitcase in hand. Mom opens the door before I knock. Her makeup is gone, her eyes swollen. You came, she says, voice breaking. I nod but don't step forward. Dad stands behind her, thinner somehow. He tries to smile, fails halfway. We thought maybe you could help. His tone is careful, stripped of power. Chloe sits on the couch, hair undone, eyes red. I should have listened, she murmurs. I say nothing for a while. The weight of their regret fills the room. I finally speak, slow and measured. I can help, but not the way you think. 3 sets of eyes lift toward me. I'll handle the mess, I say. But we're going to do it on my terms. The silence that follows feels like surrender. For the first time, I'm not the child in this house. I'm the one holding the light. The living room smells of wilted roses. Chairs are stacked against the wall. The silence feels heavier than grief. Dad clears his throat first. Your mother and I, we just need a little help. I stay standing. What kind of help? He hesitates. Financial, he admits, until we recover what's lost. Mom twists her hands, eyes wet. The neighbors will talk. We need stability. Chloe looks up from the couch. Her voice is small, cracked. I know I was wrong, Maelin. I know now. The apology lands like a soft bruise. I open my briefcase and place a folder on the table. Inside are contracts, stamped and clear. I'll pay the mortgage and arrange the debts. I say. But these are the conditions. They exchange wary looks. Dad frowns. Conditions. Yes, I answer steady. You'll sign acknowledgement of what happened here. Mom's face drains of color. What do you mean? I meet her gaze. That for years, you favored one child over another. That you made me invisible in my own family. The words fall like stones. Chloe wipes a tear. I didn't know it hurt that much. You didn't have to, I reply quietly. You just had to see it. Dad stands, anger flickering. This is unnecessary. We're family. I shake my head. Family without accountability is just habit. He glares but doesn't move. Mom whispers, "You've become so cold." I've become honest, I say. If you want my help, you'll face the truth. No one speaks for a long moment. Then Dad sinks back into his chair. Show me where to sign, he mutters. The sound of the pen scratching paper feels final. Each signature seals a wound, old but deep. When it's done, I collect the pages carefully. I'll transfer the funds directly to the bank, I tell them. You won't have access to the money. It's protected. Mom looks offended, then defeated. You don't trust us. I almost smile. I learned that trust without proof is just hope. Chloe leans forward. Will you stay? For 3 days, I answer, to make sure things are settled. She nods, tears slipping silently. Dad exhales, long and tired. You've changed. Yes, I say. I had to. The clock ticks between us, loud and merciless. I pack my briefcase and stand. Mom whispers, "We did love you, you know." I pause at the doorway. You loved the version of me that needed you. No one replies. Outside, the air tastes like rain and release. For the first time, the weight on my chest begins to lift. They wanted a savior. I gave them accountability. And in that quiet, something inside me finally settles. I'm not their forgotten daughter anymore. I'm the woman who decided where the story ends. A year passes quietly. The city no longer feels like escape. It feels like home. Morning light paints my small bungalow in soft gold. The diploma, once hidden now, hangs above my desk. Its edges catch the sun, proud and visible. I sit with coffee and check emails from my students. The mentorship program has grown beyond my dreams. 3 young women now lead their own projects. They remind me of who I used to be, eager, unseen, determined. Layla, the youngest, sends a message first. I got the scholarship, she writes, full of joy. I smile and type back, you earned it. Her reply comes fast, because you taught me to believe I could. The words warm the quiet room. Outside, the garden hums with life. Tomatoes climb the trellis, roses bloom again. The bush I once cut to its roots stands tall, full of color. Growth after pain, it feels like poetry. The phone buzzes with a new message. Aunt Helen's name lights the screen. She writes small updates once a month now. Dad and Mom still live in the old house. They're paying off the loans, slowly but honestly. Chloe works at a local bank, going to therapy twice a month. She hasn't called, but that's fine. Some silences mean peace. I close the message and breathe. The air feels cleaner than forgiveness. Afternoon brings preparation for tonight's event. The mentorship program is receiving an award. I stand before the mirror, adjusting my blazer. No trembling, no second guessing. Just steadiness. At the auditorium, the lights feel warm, not blinding. Applause fills the room as my name is called. I step onto the stage, heart calm and sure. Faces in the crowd blur into light. Dr. Chen, my therapist, smiles from the 3rd row. Her nod says everything words can't. I hold the glass award, its weight real and solid. When I started this, I tell the audience, I thought I was helping others find what I never had. But what I discovered is that worth isn't given, it's grown. Applause rises again, steady, genuine. Later that night, I walk home under quiet stars. The garden waits, shimmering in the dark. I water the plants, slow and thoughtful. The soil smells alive, forgiving. Each leaf catches droplets like tiny mirrors. I think of the girl I once was, afraid to be seen. Now she lives in every student I mentor, in every boundary I protect, in every decision made without apology. I glance through the kitchen window. Inside, the framed diploma glows in the lamplight. It no longer hides behind coats or fear. It belongs exactly where it stands. The night wind rustles the roses. Some things, I whisper, grow stronger when cut back. And under that soft sound, I finally feel whole. Not invisible. Not waiting. Just living. Twilight drapes the garden in silver light. The air smells of earth, calm and alive. I set down the watering can and breathe. The sky shifts from gold to deep blue. The world feels quiet, earned complete. My phone buzzes once on the porch table. A message from Layla flashes. They accepted my project. I smile, soft and proud. This is what healing looks like. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just steady growth. The roses sway in the evening wind. Their petals catch the last light like small flames. I touch one gently, careful not to break it. It bends but doesn't fall. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just stands, quietly refusing to fade. The window glows behind me, warm and steady. Inside, my life hums with peace I built myself. No voices shouting my worth. No silence to shrink into. Just balance. Just truth. The night deepens, soft and endless. I whisper to the garden, to the girl I used to be. You're seen now. And for the first time, it feels true.